Not today, pal. Not today.
We've done over 100 episodes. First time Enny's in the middle. Congrats.
Yo. Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
This is a special day.
That means he's the number one pilot in the cockpit
Yeah.
there.
You know it.
I like it.
You know what Tom
got you.
says
It
about
suits
pilots?
you. What does he say?
They're gay.
Oh,
Oh, this is cool.
all of it? All of it?
That's just
Really
what Tom
cool.
says about pilots. He
Wow.
says they do gay, right? You saw...
Because they hold a like
all right,
a
Mr.
like
Fucking I'm recording
phallic
rainbows.
looking joystick and play with it between their legs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You want to tell him what you recorded earlier today, Mr. Rainbows?
Oh, no, I didn't record it. There
You
was a
didn't record
rainbow over Austin, and somebody sent it to me on social
Rob
media.
loves a rainbow.
Yeah, but you were in here. You were in here smiling.
Oh, yeah. I walked
showing
home, I saw a
everybody.
rainbow. Dude, I'm from New York City, that land of no rainbows.
Uh-huh.
You see a rainbow out here.
Not
it's
a lot of
something
room
special.
for rainbows in New York.
I've never seen a rainbow in New York City.
I think the buildings block them.
Yeah, I was walking home. You saw a rainbow over Austin. It's fucking sick. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we had this
Box.
box that Jamie-Lynn made, and we were gonna have people put secrets in it, and then we kind of let it go for a while, and then I'd see it, and I'd be like, I don't know if we should do it, and then I looked at a few to be like, are these worth doing again? And right away, you guys pulled through. I looked at the first one, I was like, we gotta just.
You want to
fucking-
get right in there?
So go ahead, go.
Wow. Okay.
Let's see what Jamie-Lynn's got.
I hooked up with one of my professors. Does that mean college? So you were over 18?
Yeah, and professor sounds like something a girl would say.
Yes,
Gu-
agree.
guys
That sounds
don't
like a
usually
familiar.
say-
Would have been my hot teacher.
Wow, yes, very good, James.
Oh, thanks. I mean, if it's in college, is it scandalous?
Yes.
You think it's just normal?
Yeah.
That's gross.
Wow.
That's gross.
Yes.
See, sometimes Jamie surprises you with what she thinks. What she doesn't think. She's like, you hooked up with your teacher, you lame ass. Yeah, no, that's.
Well, right? I mean, if you're like 19, 20 years old,
And you're hooking up with a professor in college. I
how
think
old's the
isn't.
professor?
Is that
I need more
illegal?
details. This needed more details.
Wow,
That-
it's barley.
I
I can
feel.
tell that out.
I feel like it's definitely.
That's actually my
illegal.
dream, but it's not me.
Ew. Dream is crazy.
Hot for teacher. What do you mean?
Yeah, everybody. I mean, it's guys usually though. You hear it more, but no,
I mean, it's an
girls
abuse
say
of
that a lot.
power, which I can understand, right?
So is it illegal if they're both of age to hook up with your teacher? Yes, right? It's against the law.
I mean, I'll look it up.
No,
I
it's
feel
not
like
like
it would
a workplace thing.
It's worse than a workplace thing. It's student teacher. That's way more abuse of power. You're literally
it is an
deciding
abuse
if
of-
they
but they're
go into
consenting
life
adults.
successful.
Well,
Well, like people at work are consenting adults also.
right. But sometimes places of work have like a no relationship policy.
I would imagine schools do too. I think you
Right.
think you're going to send your 18-year-old daughter to a school where they go.
Over 75% of states have passed laws against educators' sexual misconduct. They recognize that even if a student is of age, the educator is in position of authority over the student. Thus, the student cannot consent to such a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. If I was sending my 18-year-old daughter to school and they were like, "Hey, this is one of the states where you can just fuck your students," I'd be like, "I think we're going to look elsewhere."
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like we're really missing a side of you not having a kid. Like, I want to see you so fiercely protective over a daughter.
I can barely make it through life right now with full sleep.
I know.
Full control of my schedule. I can't. I can't
I
be.
know. I still would like to see it. You'd have to just play that role. Okay. Oh, well, this is rude. Not going to say it. Look what somebody
I
just
think
wrote.
Tanner knows what that says.
That's not my handwriting.
No.
All right.
That's
We're not
not me.
blaming you.
No, I didn't do
Let's
that.
go ahead
That's-
and blur that.
That's just calling Jamie a very mean word.
Yeah, what the hell? Then
Well,
don't
that's-
participate in the game.
She just had such a cool stance on students being able to
This
fuck
is-
their teachers, and then you call her that horrible name.
That is pretty cool, and a lot of dudes just got a very new fantasy now.
Yeah.
Thanks to that.
That's why I didn't bring my glasses today. Okay, this one, anyone's pressured me to use the N-word.
What?
This is what somebody said, Enny. Do you recognize this handwriting?
Hold on, I can't see. Oh, I know that. Bro,
Was that like Enny?
It's
Was that
very
like
specific
That's
handwriting.
Caitlin for
Yeah, that's
sure.
Caitlin.
That's Caitlin. for
Enny?
sure.
What'd
Was
you
that
do to
Was that
Caitlin?
like one of those situations where your dad catches you smoking and then he makes you smoke the whole pack?
before I caught him saying it. I'm like, say it again.
Yeah, say it to my face.
The fucking R. I want to hear the whole thing. Go ahead. 3 times. Nah, that's never happened. I don't know who the fuck said that.
Oh my god.
Well, I think we do know who said it.
They be lying.
I read my girlfriend's journal.
Ooh, that feels like a Tanner.
Look at the handwriting. Does that look like
Tanner's?
Tanner's handwriting? I feel like if
Nah.
Tanner had handwriting, this is what it would look like.
I won't.
If Tanner had handwriting,
Well, you know what I
he's
mean,
saying he
right?
can't write.
I don't remember that. I don't know.
If- I won't out him, but
You know
a
who it is.
lot of us know who that is.
That's such a vibe. That's
Yeah, I know who that is. I
okay.
know who
That is. It's one thing to go through somebody's phone, but to go through their journal, to me, is such a violation of privacy. That is fucked.
I'm trying to think of where I put those. I kind of feel like they're the same thing.
No, I
'Cause
think
what-
phone is like you're looking to make sure that they're not like talking shit about you with other people. Are they being shady? Are they cheating on you? Whatever your reason to like go through somebody's phone is, like to check on their behaviors. Like a journal is where you dump your shit, like your feelings, and there's usually passing. You know what I mean? Like you're either reflecting or you're needing to just like get shit out, and it's not necessarily. Like, I can think of things that I've said about, like, Gutter and my children in, like, a journal that, like, is not how I feel, but in a moment of feeling overwhelming emotions, you just kind of need to get it out of you.
I think that happens in a phone as well.
No.
In a phone, you're more that you don't even have a second to
If I
think.
know somebody's going to read it, I'm way more conscious of what I'm saying and how I'm coming across as opposed to a journal.
It baffles me that this is your stance on reading a journal, but you're cool with
I'm full
18
of surprises
with
today.
professors fucking 18-year-old girls. It's just it's wild. You never know
I
what
mean,
Jamie-Lynn's
you
gonna
definitely
say.
took a broad stroke there, but
That's what I heard when you said it.
but no, I mean, I think that's really shitty. I'm passing a lot of judgment on whoever did that.
Okay.
I mean, you were looking for something clearly, and I'm sorry if you felt insecure enough that you needed to do that. I've talked about, like, I've made mistakes where I looked through Cutter's phone. I looked through Cutter's phone once. We know how that ended, but
I just love that he's gonna hear this.
Oh my God, do I know who it is now?
I mean, I guess I can't say.
Yeah. Okay, forget it. Will, I think we've had enough of the box. I think we've had enough of the box.
Are we
More
not liking
box.
what's coming out of me with
No,
the box?
I think it's the best. No. I think it's the best. It's just I want to savor these moments. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I want to have as much.
Okay.
I want to have as much as possible.
Sorry.
And he knew what he was doing. Like, he knows that half the staff knows
Of course.
that happened. So
Listen,
I mean,
Oh, because
this
he
isn't-
read things and talked about it.
I just don't think
Did
doing
he-
the journal is worse. I think it's equal. I think if a woman looks in my phone, it's over. What? If a woman looks at my phone, it's over. There's no coming back from that. Ever. And I'm the most honest dude who never has anything fucking shady in his phone. It's just the thing of, like, if you have to look in my phone, like, you don't get me.
Yeah, but like, Cutter is the most honest, the most trustworthy, but I had a moment of weakness and went in his phone and found something I didn't like.
He should have ended it right there.
So what's he going to do? I mean, if you find something in the
but
phone that you don't like, there has to be a discussion around it. You can't just be like, fuck you, you never should have read that.
Here's the difference. I think dudes sometimes give women a reason to look in their phone that is
Right.
legitimate, where I feel like I
You
very
don't.
much do
Okay.
not ever do. Like, if there's one thing about me, it's like I'm
Right.
fucking too
Too
on. Like, I
honest.
say,
Yes.
like, girls are like, do I look good in this? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
don't go looking
Well,
through
now
my
I know
phone.
who to send photos to.
Yeah, of course. I'd be like, Jane, please.
Not that I
don't.
ever go anywhere.
Yeah, I'll be like,
Should I wear
don't.
this to the baseball field or this hoodie?
Yeah. You know what I thought about just this week for the first time in a long time? Do you remember when I must have been like 15, and you and your best friend and me and my best friend, we went to Six Flags? Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah. So me and Rex and
Sloan?
you. No, who was the girl?
Carly?
I hope this isn't rude. The girl with the eyebrows, like the thick eyebrows, the brunette.
What?
I mean, this
Nicole?
maybe.
Little Nicole?
No, I don't. She was one of your friends who
From
was
high
like,
school?
yeah, she had like your kind of same vibe, but she had like thick eyebrows.
I
No?
have no idea
The
what you're
four of
talking
us
about.
went to Six Flags together.
I don't remember this at all.
If you showed me pictures of your friend, we'll come back to
Okay.
this another time. But and we went to Six Flags. 'Cause I remember we were smoking weed in the parking lot.
was?
You weren't. Me, Rex, and maybe your friend were smoking weed in the parking lot because I think you drove us there, and you weren't really a weed person
No.
at the time. But yeah, we went like it was one of those things where like we hadn't worked in a bit or whatever, we hadn't seen each other, and we were like, how about we go to Six Flags? And the four of us went to Six
Wow,
Flags.
I love that for us.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
really
yeah.
wish I could remember this. What a bummer. Okay, let's talk about something we all want.
Fuller, healthier hair.
Yep. If you've been dealing with thinning, breakage, or just want to level up your hair game, check this out. The iRestore Revive Plus Max Growth Kit.
You get the advanced hair growth formula, thickening shampoo, and conditioner. Oh, I'm not wearing my sunglasses. They're gonna know my eyes. You gotta take the rest. And the growth activator serum.
Pair all of that with the iRestore Elite, the most advanced home laser device using red light therapy, and you're setting yourself up for serious results. I've talked about my hair thinning here, guys.
Yeah, you started the T and it started thinning. Not
And
anymore.
Now, not anymore with iRestore.
Looks great from back here.
Thank you. Give yourself the gift of hair confidence like me this year. For a limited time only, subscribe and save for 25% off or more, plus free shipping on the iRestore Revive Plus Max Growth Kit.
And our listeners are getting a huge discount on the iRestore Elite when you use code NOTTODAY at iRestore.com. Head over to iRestore.com and use code NOTTODAY for our show's exclusive discount.
Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Hair loss is so frustrating. You don't have to fight it alone thanks to iRestore. When I was young, I used to dream of being anything. An astronaut, the president, a scientist. But as you get older, your dreams change, focusing less on running the world and more on how you can take your skills and ideas and turn them into something real. Instead of dreaming of going to space, maybe you start dreaming of owning your own business. You'll need a website, a payment system, a logo, and a way to advertise to new customers. It can all be overwhelming and confusing, but thankfully that is where today's sponsor, Shopify, comes in. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S., from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to companies like us here at YMH. Turn those dreams into and give them the best shot at success with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/nottoday. Go to shopify.com/nottoday, shopify.com/nottoday.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to think is like, what are you like at a theme park?
Oh, I used to love them. I was like, get me on the roller coaster. I want to go again. Yes.
Yeah.
I loved it.
What about like game wise? What are we playing?
Anything where you have to throw and knock it down.
Yeah.
You know, so whether those like are bottles or like those furry like clown looking things that they have like rows of them, you know, you gotta knock them all down. And I did like the shooting the water gun into the hole of the horse race.
I like that. I like the clown's mouth with the balloon
Yeah,
popping.
or that one. Yeah.
Well, wait, what did you just say? You liked, what was the other game that you said?
Like knocking down the bottles.
Oh, you ever play the one where it's those fuzzy guys where you're knocking shit down, but you get the cannon?
yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
shit.
that's fun.
Yeah, that's so
fun.
fun.
I love all of them. I love a good carnival game.
Yeah. What about food wise? What you're going off, right? Like you
No, I actually
really?
really don't like carnival food. I'm not like a funnel cake girl. I'm not a churro girl. I'm not a hot dog girl. I really will just get like popcorn or French fries.
Oh, but at Disney, Cutter famously denied you the turkey leg.
Yes, the protein, the cleanest thing at the park.
Yeah, you wanted a full turkey leg, and he
and a pickle
denied
and
you.
the pickle.
Yeah, and okay, do you remember this? So when we went to Six Flags, we just did it on our own, right? We rolled up as we were, whatever. But when me and you and our moms went to Universal, we got the celebrity treatment.
Yes.
You remember that?
I mean, a guide is.
It was, I gotta say, it was probably the first time I ever did something like that. And I very much, you love the
Did
fact that you're
HBO
just.
get it for us? They must have.
I don't know who got it for us. I think like we were going to LA, and they're like, "Is there anything you'd want to do?" And we were like, "Maybe."
It must
we
have been
go."
HBO.
Yeah, I don't know, but I do remember like walking up to the front of the line where they would literally like put their arm in front of the people who were
Yeah.
about to go next, and they'd be like, "Okay, you guys go ahead." And
Yeah.
the first few times you feel awful.
Oh, you're a total douchebag.
Because now there's like fast pass. Back then, this is like 20
Yeah.
years, more than 20
Yeah,
years ago.
you would like look at the ground and like avoid eye contact because I wasn't gonna like not go first and not wait on the line. Like,
Yeah.
do you blame me? But like, sorry.
Yeah.
You've been waiting for 90 minutes to get on this ride. Now you got to wait 93 because I'm going to go first.
Yeah, and then the roller coaster of emotions you go through, because like you're walking up and you're like, this is so cool, I can't believe this. Then you have the shame in front of the people of like you said, looking down.
This
and
is
you're
why it's hard to be a celebrity, you guys.
so hard to be a celebrity. But we were like, then you sit in the fucking roller coaster and you have to like, kind of look like you're not having the best time because those people are like staring at you and you don't want,
Yeah.
and then as soon as it's like tick, 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 and you go away, you're like, yeah, here we go. Like,
Totally.
Such a roller coaster of emotions, dude.
Such a ride.
Being a celebrity, that's what we should have called this podcast. Being a celebrity was
It is.
it was tough.
Can we pause so I can pee?
Of
I should
course.
have started. I should have gone before.
No.
Sorry, guys. I can't believe I can't remember that.
Yeah. Oh, Lindsay? Oh,
Yeah.
are we rolling? Yeah, we're rolling. I just thought of it. It was your friend Lindsay. Good thing we went to go pee. I never would have thought of that. I don't know why. That's not a good description of her. Kind of your vibe
Great
with bigger
description.
eyebrows. Okay, where were
Great
we?
description.
Where did we lose
and
each
she
other?
would have
at?
smoked weed with you too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you still don't remember the four of us going?
Vaguely coming back.
Yes.
I remember being in the parking lot.
Yes.
More than the park.
Yeah, well, that's because we kept smoking weed. Yeah, and you were like, okay, yeah, sure. Always being nice.
But yeah, vaguely. So we must have been our senior year. Like we were 18.
Right, and I was 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no, sorry. I was 14.
14.
Yeah. Wow, such a cool guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
You were so cool.
All right,
happened?
there's a video I wanted to show you at a convenience store. Tell me, I want to get your thoughts on this.
Give me a second. It's giving me trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that's why.
Oh, wow. We just had I think we just had a memory lane surprise. That was a good one. Let's go to that first. There was a memory lane little surprise that snuck up there that we might as well just talk about now.
Oh, this has to be a costume party.
No, this
Rob.
was just, no, this
Okay.
was, go ahead. James.
You described it. You look like what's the guy that used to be married to Kate Moss?
I look like Edward Scissorhands.
A mix between. Do you know the musician that was married to Kate Moss?
I wouldn't know that.
One sec.
Okay.
Now, and he's got to Google that too while he
British
looks for the
guy.
video. Forget it.
Okay, so you described to the people at home.
By
that
the
are
way, if you
listening.
look closely, you can guess where this was. You were there a lot.
Is it Suede?
Yeah. Shout out Swizzy. It was
Halloween?
Pimps. No, it was just I don't know if it was
A
Halloween.
Pimps and
It was
Hoes
It was
party?
a Pimps and Hoes party that, of course, we knew about for.
Look at how sweaty you are.
Oh, always. Yeah, that's the drugs trying to get out somehow. I was so yeah, I'm wearing a blue suit, a blue pinstripe suit with a blue shirt under it with a blue hat with a cane.
And a very large gold necklace that has like a crown at the end of it.
Something was, yeah. You know what happened? It was like, it was one of those things where we knew about this party for weeks, and then like 45 minutes before, I'm like, oh yeah, I have to like do something. So I
yeah.
just put on like my, and then like you just get handed things. Like I remember somebody like gave me the hat, and then somebody gave me
Is
the
that
thing.
fake money in your hand? Yes.
Is it?
It looks like it.
It looks awfully big.
Yeah, it's also, it's not rolled up, so it's not it's not something I was gonna use.
So what year do you think this is?
I'm gonna say, would that be 2003 or
You have any guesses, Jamie?
2002? Fuck, I think I missed it.
I think later.
Oh really?
It is 2002.
2002. Yeah, so that's seven. That's 3 years after I was smoking weed with you in the parking lot. That
You're
guy's
17
That
years
guy's smoking weed is no longer his top priority. He's found other.
Wowzers.
He's
I
found
feel
other
like I
things.
remember that guy behind you.
Really,
Or he just looks like every other guy. You know?
every other pimp you've
Yeah.
ever seen. Yeah, that was a good time. I have some pictures from that.
You
night.
do?
We can't
Where?
show on here.
Where do you keep those pictures? Like in a shoebox?
You know what it is? It's one of those things where like my friends will send them to me on a phone. Like, look what I found. Going through this.
So then now you have it on your phone.
Yeah, they're all doing. I would show the pictures, but they're doing drugs in the photo, so I wouldn't want to show them doing drugs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
I
nice
feel
of you.
bad. But yeah, good times. Robbie's.
Wow.
My fucking lips are super red. That's cool. All right. What do we have? The video, the convenience store. Here you go, James.
A young woman and her boyfriend are shopping at a convenience store, but something's happening at the cash register. A surveillance camera captures this guy pulling a gun on the store clerk. As the couple go to pay, the clerk announces, Suddenly, the robber bursts back in and herds them all to the back of the store.
You, back right there.
The couple hunker down. You can hear the terror in the woman's voice as the bad guy focuses his attention on her.
You have kids? How many kids? Is that your girl? It's my girlfriend. I'm see a ring. Yeah, we're not married.
The robber reaches ominously into his bag.
You know what? What are you waiting for?
He hands something to the boyfriend. Then this happens.
Was you married me?
And it starts to dawn on the petrified young woman what's really going on. The robbery is actually a crazy proposal of marriage.
Is that yes?
Beautiful.
Everybody was in on it except for her. I spoke to the boyfriend who set it
All right,
all
we can
up.
stop it.
What if
I want to hear what the boyfriend has to say. What the fuck is wrong with him?
He's just like, oh yeah, I've been apologizing ever since. Like, he just, yeah, that's his vibe.
That's like the one you showed me where they like smashed the car windows.
Yeah,
what is
like
people
the
just
kidnapping.
lost it?
Yeah.
Leave it to Inside Edition to bring the good shit.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. That's a fucking. There is. Can you rewind it for 1 second? And there's a point where he says, "How many kids do you have?" And she says, "I have 3." It might be the most fear I've ever heard in a human's voice.
Yes.
a young woman and her boy
You know what?
Go back a like
as the
5.
bad guy focuses
Yeah,
his
here.
attention
Listen to
on
what she says.
her.
I have
You have
3.
kids? How many kids? Is that your girl?
That's the most fear I think I've ever heard in a
human
human's
being.
voice. Yeah,
Oh my
and the guy's
God.
like, "This is going great. This is it." This
Well,
is my
also
moment."
shout out to everybody's acting skills. Well done. I didn't see it coming until the robber, was reaching into his bag for something. I was like, "Oh, here we go."
She just has her head. She just has her head buried in her hands, crying. Like they could
that's
be
like-
they could be tap dancing right now and smiling and everything. She is so scared.
Wow. What an idiot.
Wow. Yeah. So you wouldn't? You'd be upset with Cutter
Come on.
if he did something like that?
He wouldn't get the ring anywhere near my finger.
Has he ever? Has he ever pulled like a prank on you, or you pull on him? Do you guys ever
We're
do
not
that?
pranky people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there ever times in your guys' like home life where something happens, like he does something or you say something of it, but it would probably have to be him, where he's like, "Hey, don't talk about this on the pod." Has he ever said that to you?
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay. He said it to me.
He has?
I forget. There was a photo that he sent, and he was like, "There's no way you could say." It was just he didn't like the way he looked, but he sent me a video of him like packing a zin in his mouth and like doing his like whole routine.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Bro, let me show this on the pod." And he was like, "Don't you ever?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "Can I show this on the pod?" And he was like, "Don't ever like blah blah." And I was like, I asked you for a reason. I'm not
Yeah.
going to, But he was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah."
No, he has an image to uphold.
Of course, yeah. He what do you think the Guinness Book of World Records? Guinness Book of Records. Guinness Book of Records?
World records?
Guinness Book of World Records is for longest pee. You just went pee. Shout out.
97 seconds.
I've had over 97 seconds, just so
Oh.
you know. Guys, do you all know in the booth? If you don't, what would your guess be for longest pee?
I'd say minute 45.
Barley? I've had peas that long.
What?
Yeah.
Gee, what are you drinking?
I've timed it
dude?
before too. I've come home where like I really have to pee from a walk. I mean, look what I drink. I drink crazy
Yeah.
water, but I've come home and it's been like just under 2 minutes. Yeah.
Wow.
But it's like I know it's gonna be crazy because I have to pee so bad. So that's probably my max, like 2 minutes. Barley, what would you guess?
I'd probably say around 2 minutes because, like, That's insane.
Yeah, I'm not even close to a world record holder. And he's seen the answer, I think, but it's 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
I call bullshit. What?
It's in the Guinness Book of World Records, though. So how could it be bullshit?
It's obviously a man.
It's a man, and I'd imagine he's bigger too. I imagine like if you're twice my size, like if you're
a
7
bigger
foot
person,
tall,
do you get like bigger organs?
you have a bigger bladder. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
You
of course.
do?
There's no way that
Your
somebody.
organs grow?
I wonder if he squeezed it though. You know what I'm saying? Like, did he cheat? and
Yeah, you
kinda-
can control the
Yeah,
flow.
because you can make it tiny, and just like really, and just get a tiny little stream going.
You can?
How do
Hell
they
yeah.
monitor that? Like, who watched him pee?
Yeah, can you
right.
look up how they?
Yeah, I'll look it up.
But even if you try and like cheat, 8 minutes and 30 seconds. That's like a long phone call these days.
That's a very long phone call. I don't
Yeah.
want to do anything for 8 minutes.
That's like a long YouTube video. Like if I see 8:30, I'm like, that like the 4 minutes. I'm always like,
Right,
just click, don't even
right.
think. And then when it gets to like 8, I'm like,
You're like, it's a lot of my time.
Yeah, especially before I got the YouTube Premium. Oh my god, I look back now when I go to somebody's house or something, or like their phone, and they have the YouTube with ads. I'm like, you're living. It's like when I see somebody smoking a cigarette in like at noon and it's 100 degrees outside. I'm like, you're a mess.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You judge.
Yeah, because it changed my life. Like by the way, it was only like a year ago that my friend came over to my place and was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like, "What's what?" He's like, "YouTube ads." He's like, "For $10, you save
$10
hours.
a month?
$10 a month, you save hours."
Well, if you're on YouTube that much, then yes.
Right, you're like the only person I know who doesn't watch a lot of YouTube. It's
Not at all.
incredible.
Not at all.
That's so amazing to me. I go home, and I would say, let's say I'm watching 4 hours of stuff. It's 3.5 hours of YouTube
Wow.
every night. Yeah,
Wow.
on my phone. Anybody says anything, I'm like,
No.
you go right to the YouTube. Any, you find anything out about it?
No, it all just says allegedly. I'm not even seeing it on the main site, like the Guinness World Records site. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Something tells me they didn't want to record this one. So there might not be any data out there.
Okay. All right. I got another question for you, Amy. Okay. So I was watching a little 90 Day Fiancé. I almost gave up on it, but then there's this couple who I had to see what was going down, where it's a guy and a girl. They married, they have 2 kids. They went to vacation in like somewhere in South America. They met a woman and they both fell in love with her. They love her so much that they're like, we want to bring her to America as a throuple and be a 3-person couple. But what they figured out was you can't marry 3 people. So here's where it gets crazy. They're getting divorced so that one of them can marry her to get her a green card to bring her to this country so they can all live together.
Wow.
She's also a stripper.
What else?
They have 2 kids and they're getting divorced
Who's going to get to marry her?
to marry. Yeah, I don't know. I bet I'm like way behind because I just like I couldn't get into this season, but this storyline I'm like I'm gonna have to follow this.
Of course you have to.
It's gonna be, and they show like here's what's coming up next, and you see like beef, like they find out that she was using like a fake name or some shit. Yeah, it's
Of course.
yeah.
Of course.
They gave
Wow.
her- Could
More
you-
idiots.
Could you like the 2 of them are in they're like with their family and they're sitting down with their family and they're like, yeah, we're going down there to like propose this idea to her that we get divorced in America. And by the way, just from like the outside, they seem totally normal. Like they seem like a normal
Well,
couple.
I'm
Can you-
sure they feel like this is a very like real decision on their part.
Yeah, can you? But you know, some people you're like, oh, they're just fucking wild, crazy. Like they seem crazy. Like these 2 are like mature people with 2 kids. Enny, can you look up the throuple on 90 Day Fiancé right now? It's like 2 Spanish-looking women and a white guy. Yeah.
Whoa. They did a photo together. Photo shoot.
I mean,
Well, he has a type.
yeah, like him.
The
and
chick in the
her-
middle is the stripper? Or
No, the chick in the middle
end?
is the wife. She's fucking smoking hot. And then the woman on the right is the stripper.
Wow.
It's crazy. He's one of those guys who's so monotone. He's like, I think this is gonna be great for like, you know. And she's
What's
like a
he bringing to the
wild-
table?
I don't know. He probably has a fucking third leg.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I mean, I don't know. Or they have money.
Or
I
these
don't
two,
know.
I think the women look more in love.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say maybe they're in cahoots. they're
Kind
doing
of, that's
something
what I mean.
crazy.
I
but
think
then,
they're
but
in-
then she could just get divorced from him and just take his money. Like, dude, could you imagine imagine explaining to your two kids like mommy and daddy are getting divorced? Imagine having to go through like divorce
I
court.
can't.
People talk about divorce is like the worst thing to go through, and they're like, yeah, I think this is gonna be great for us.
Well, I
I
guess because
don't-
they probably don't care about splitting things because they're staying together. Yeah, how do you explain this to people? They don't care. This is them. They're doing them.
I think you even more so have to be worried about doing the proper divorce because they're not going to be able to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say they get into a fight 10 years from now and they end up not being together. He's like, hey, we got divorced 10 years ago, sweetie. You got... Which is something that I've wondered is like, how...
If I was her, I would insist that I be the one to marry her because I would be suspect. If they got married, I could easily be kicked out of
But
the
then
situation.
you could catch the blame where it's like, yeah, we fucking got divorced and my fucking wife 2 weeks later went and married a stripper from Mexico, and then it's like, oh, like, you know, then you're the bad guy.
Well, again, this doesn't seem like a good decision.
Yeah, I don't think they really think things
They're
out.
not
Like, I
thinking
don't
things
think they're
through.
thinking like, hey, who should it be? Well, I want to make sure that you're. Yeah, I think they're just shooting from the hip here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
And then the other thing I wanted to look into with that is, Enny, can you look up, or if anybody knows this, I mean, I don't think any of us would, but how does child support work? Like, if I were...
court decides, pending on what you make and what their expenses are to raise a kid, how much monthly you need to pay your spouse to help take care of your children.
So it goes off of, because like obviously I've made money in the past, but like years, like, you know, there were a few years ago where I made $8,000 in a year.
Here, so in Texas, child support is calculated as a percentage of the non-custodial parent's net monthly income, with the percentage increasing based on the number of children. So if you have one child, you pay 20% of your income monthly. Monthly? Yeah,
but
your monthly income.
Here's what the problem of that is, right? Is like, how do they go by what year? You just go by that year? Because I've heard of like dads.
Yeah, they don't go by like your net worth as well.
No, from what I've heard, no. Because I've heard of dads who are like, yeah, I'm not doing overtime because like my child support's going to be based on the next 2 years. So they're like, I don't want to make more.
Well, look, there's an income cap. As of 2023, income above $9,200 per month is not used for child support calculations.
Yo, I'm staying in Texas. Can you find out what the New York law? I feel like I know people in New York who pay so much fucking money. I feel like that's crazy. So you're paying like $1,800 a month. That's
So in New York, it's determined based on a formula that considers the combined income of both parents and the number of children.
The court calculates a basic child support obligation to cover the child's needs and may have mandatory add-ons or the income calculator. The court considers each parent's gross income. Wow, that's crazy. So if the person who has the kid makes a lot of money, more money than the person who doesn't, they might not have to even pay. Mm-hmm. Wow, Social Security benefits, unemployment insurance, combined income. Okay, here we go. Child support guideline amount. The court applies a percentage of the combined income based on the amount of children, 17% for one child. Oh, that's even less than Texas. What's going on out here? I was always scared. This is like the first time I smoked a cigarette. You find out it's all bullshit. There was a year where like I did nothing, where like I made like $8,000. I mean, poor woman if I had a kid with her that year. Huh?
Something tells me you would have tried to make a little bit more money if you had a kid.
No, I would have tried to
That
make
year.
less. I want to give the minimum.
But it's not about the woman, it's about your kid.
Well, California has a straight up formula for this shit.
Oh, here. Oh, yes. Obviously, CS equals
Whoa.
K,
Oh my
HN,
God.
H percentage, TN. Determine
That's literally what he's reading from Google.
where the child support.
Child support is CS is the child support sum. K is the total combined income designated for child support. HN is the net monthly disposable income, and H is the percentage time the higher earning parent spends with the child.
Whoa. Okay, so the child support amount is directly related to parents' net monthly disposable income, which is their total income after deductions. Wow. The percentage of the time.
But aren't there a lot of women that like also seek spousal support to upkeep a lifestyle that they were once used to? Like if you were married to a wealthy man, I always hear
yeah, but you
like
have to
on
be
like
married.
housewife stuff. Oh, this is without marriage.
I think so. Yeah. Wow.
Eek.
Well, this week we ended the pod by giving you some facts, some
The
equations.
more you know.
Yeah, and you're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And we will see everyone next week.
Bye.